We are pleased to welcome Betsy Kruger as our speaker today. Betsy is an expert in helping business leaders to dramatically improve their profits. We are all facing economic challenges, so we're eager to learn from her speech on how to drive up your profits. Please help me welcome Betsy Kruger.
Are you fatalists or capitalists? Does this sunken economy bog you down? Or are you the driver of your destiny? Welcome. My name is Betsy Kruger. I'm head of Strategic Power, and my mission is to empower world prosperity, one business at a time. To achieve my mission, I have written Top Market Strategy, Applying the 80-20 Rule, published by Business Expert Press. Now that I've introduced myself, it's your turn. I'm going to list off some business specialties, and you nod your head if I name your specialty. Transportation, real estate, healthcare, hospitality, retail, legal, services, education, or other. I see we have lots of different specialties, but let's see if we agree on one thing. Do you want to drive up your profit? Do you really want to drive up your profit?
Yes.
Do you want to drive up your profit?
Yes.
Well, that's the purpose of this seminar, how to drive up your profit. It has 3 parts. The first section helps you understand a universal law that governs your profit. The second section shows you the 3 steps for implementing it in your business. And the third section shows you how it works out in our business. How many of you have heard of the 80-20 rule? Nod your head. Lots of you have. But how many of you have been taught that in school? I see a lot of naysayers. I'll tell you why. Long ago, during the year of the Revolution, Vilfredo Pareto was born, and he eventually became an engineer for the Italian government, and he hated his boss. How many of you hate your boss? So he quit his job and traveled all over Italy criticizing the Italian government, and the government went after him with thugs, sword fights and pistols, and he escaped in safety into Switzerland, and eventually became the professor of political economics at the University of Lausanne. He researched how much income people had, and he found that the top 20% of the households controlled 80% of the wealth. And in despair, he was shelling pea pods and discovered 20% of the pea pods produce 80% of the peas. And then he started looking in all sorts of data sets, and it was true. Consistently, 20% of the input generates 80% of the output. He became famous throughout all of Europe, and leaders came to study at his feet, including Benito Mussolini. That Mussolini. Well, Mussolini came into power by espousing Pareto's economic policies. But as soon as he became dictator, he was corrupt. And poor Pareto, he died in despair. Well, we know how the story ends. The Allies conquered Mussolini and Hitler. And they also suppressed Pareto's work. That's why you didn't learn about it in school. You see, the Allies said, this is unfair that 20% get 80% of the wealth. This is immoral. It's undemocratic. So we will suppress this universal law. Is that possible? No. But we can use the Pareto 80-20 rule to our own benefit. And I'll show you how. It's been used to improve productivity, to increase time management, to simplify software design, to increase sales, and now there's a new application. It can be also used to increase your profit. Now let's figure out how this works. I'm going to make it as simple as floating on a noodle. In fact, I'm going to use noodles. This noodle represents all your customers, and they're ranked in order of their profitability. The top 20% is green for money, and the bottom 80% is red for red ink. This represents the profit from your customers, and it's also divided off into two sections, top 20% and 80%. We expect 20% of the customers to generate 20% of the profit, and 80% of the customers to generate 80% of the profit. But something looks very wrong here. There, now it explains the 80-20 rule. You see, the top 20% of your customers generate 80% of your profit, 4 times more than you would expect. And the bottom 80% of your customers only generate 20% of your profit. That means this top market segment, the top 20% of your customers, produces 4 times more than you would expect, and the bottom market segment produces 1/4 of what you would expect. Customers in the top market segment are 16 times more profitable than customers in the bottom market segment. Well, should we treat our customers equally? Should we? No. If some are 16 times more profitable than others, why not really focus on your top customers and that way generate more profit? That's what the book's about. Okay, let's see if we have any questions.